Well, friends, here's part two of the April 1 24 retrieval attempts in Damascus. I'm limited by my computer, perhaps malfunction, I'm not sure. It gives me 12 minutes each time before it clinks off. So, a few minutes later, of course, I had to upload the first one, and let me see. Yes, you're probably going to be, shocked or surprised or tickled. I don't know. But it is possible when you're a retriever, if you can figure out how to do it. And you can put the live action on pause. And I don't just mean on the video. You'll likely have heard extraterrestrial biological entity friends doing that. They will interact with somebody and have the entire scene around them on like a freeze frame until they return them. And I thought to myself ages ago, well, if the aliens can do it, why can't I? It's all about mental control. And so that's what I did. And so back to the lady who needs a bit of convincing. She's looking at me with a little more sympathy than the males that I spoke to earlier. And still needs, a fair bit of convincing. I try to turn her around to look at the building, the crushed, smashed, messy building from which I extracted her, or at least I think I did. It's one can always be helped by other invisible spirit guides that are, sense your intention and help you to do it without you actually realizing it. So thanks to that, if that's what happened, thank you guys and girls. And she's kind of, okay, she gets what's happened to some degree. And I say, listen, you see the destroyed building? You were dead in there, but now you're a spirit out here. And she moves her head up and down in agreement, but without, vigor or excitement or whatever. It's like, really? Is that what happened? And I offer to take her to Paradise World. And again, a little suspicious. Am I taking her to the paradise that her religion has trained her to long for or feel that that's her destiny? And I look kind of, like a Western guy. And I say, yes, I am from the West. I am from Canada, actually. And but I respect your religion's ambitions and place in the spirit world, and I will take you there. Okay, she suddenly decides, yep, she's going to go. And so, I reassure her that once she gets settled in spirit, she can, with guidance, return and see her family and loved ones and interact. So I sense that she doesn't want me to touch her, and even just sort of slightly around the shoulder. So I create a bubble. There we go, there's the bubble. And I'm not even sure she can see the bubble. It's like a really big soap bubble, and we're inside of it. And I execute an intention to go to whatever retrieval entry-level little camp has been set up. Spirit permanent, spirit residents always know how to do this. They often can anticipate disastrous actions such as this. Not quite sure how they do it, but they do. So we're standing in front of a sort of lower astral entry level. I don't know what you'd call it. It's not quite a home, but it's a building. Let me see. How does it look? Certainly not Western architecture. And it's a bit like a small temple. And I don't want to go into it too much. It doesn't really matter. She looks at it and feels, at ease. And I walk her toward an opening that would be a door. And she feels quite humble, pious, not quite sure those words, and walks in. And I say goodbye and good luck. I'm not sure she hears me, but she has a sense that she's in the right place at the right time. So I leave her and leave her to whoever's going to greet her, and somebody will for sure. The greeters are always there. They act in slightly different ways depending on their perception of the person. And I'm back. Here I am back with the 3 fellows I spoke to before. And I mentioned the lady that I moved on, and would they like to go and be with her? And they're suddenly sort of protective, like, what did you do with her? How dare you? And I said, listen, I have no aggressive intentions. I have no wish to control or dominate you. I'm here to help. Somehow I seem to put enough tenderness in my communication that they seem to soften a little bit. With military guys like that, well, they seem to be military anyway, they can be tough, and sometimes it's good to act tough with them. But in this case, I seem to, a little measure of tenderness helps, or it seems to have helped anyway. And I say, now listen, we can go to the entry-level reception center for your culture, and you will be comfortable there. You will not be facing your enemies or anyone who wishes you harm. And they seem to believe me. Again, I sense that unlike a lot of the Gaza situations I sort of tried to deal with a month or so ago, these chaps want to be, would rather I didn't touch them or, got all huggy and put my arms around their shoulders. And so I throw a protective bubble around us. I don't think they can see it. And I said to them, now listen, we're going to move levels. We're going to move dimensions here. I'm going to take you to a place. I need you to be open and not resisting. Okay? So don't resist this movement. You will be safe and you will be looked after. And somehow they seem to agree. And I execute the intention to move levels, and there we are. We've done it. It's as you've heard about many stories about the spirit world and stuff, and we're actually on this kind of like the lowest level of the spirit world here. You can do that instantaneous travel as long as you've got the confidence that you can do it and know where you're going. And people like me, retrievers like me, we know that stuff. So there we are. We're in front of this small temple-like building. I mean, I've seen large temples in the Islamic tradition, and very grand they are too. And this is like a smaller version, something that will induce us our sort of cultural comfort level, but without sort of overwhelming them, like, do I belong here? Am I really, pious enough, or, deserving enough, or, whatever. And I won't get into the schismatic notions of certain types of Muslims against other types of Muslims. I hope this will cater to them all. And if not, then people inside will, again, the door is open and sort of slightly dark inside. And I walked them up to the door and I said, here we are. Are you ready to go in? And they look at me again like, is this a trap? And I said, no, this is not a trap. This is created for people of your culture. And you will be looked after. And it will not be by Western-looking lads like me. Okay? And they sort of slowly walk in, well, gingerly, sort of looking around. And so it's dark, but not like pitch black. It's shadowy in there. And there is a fragrance, and there is a calmness, and I can see they're comforting. And I don't stick around too long. I'm not needed anymore. And I feel like I've done some of retrieval work here. And I'm grateful to any invisible spirits that may have helped me out. They probably did. And I've done my little bit for humanity for today, and I will hope that you have gained some knowledge and some understanding of this activity, and maybe feel inspired to do it yourself some point. It's not that hard. You just project and you just assume that you can do it. So long.